Hello there. So it was a movie, and also the final of the second arc this year, and hopefully everything will conclude in WADFI 2025, which will be in October. So anyway, this video I will be discussing the movie, and there are some things I want to talk about, so let's go. Now the first part of the movie is easily my favourite because we see how Puzzles, Weapons and Toomp interact with each other, and their dynamic was actually pretty funny, from Weapons and Toomp dressing up as an old lady and a kid, to Puzzles and Weapons dancing together, to Weapons saying his back was hurting so he thought it would count if he parked in the disabled parking, to them running away from the death cube, and etc. Basically, all the way up until Puzzles chooses to go to the showgrounds is my favourite parts of the movie, and the second half is good as well. I just prefer the first half. Now the second half is where everything goes down. Puzzles tricks the SMG4 crew into thinking he's changed by using weapons and locking up Toomp, and it worked at first, the crew believing he's changed until Toomp breaks free and is pissed at Puzzles. He sneaks into the castle and frees Weapons, then they engage in a scrap. And it's clear in the real world, Weapons solos Puzzles, and if you don't believe that, then it might be time to get an IQ check because Weapons destroyed him. In Puzzles' head now, which I like the reference to the Puzzle Vision movie because we see the area where Mr. Puzzle's son creative control, Weapons at some parts of the fight needs Toomp, but for the most part he can actually do it himself. Then they defeat Puzzles, then Weapons says, so you can use them too. Saying that made Meggy realise that Puzzles hasn't changed, and Weapons gets ready to kill Puzzles until the Death Cube accidentally saves him, and he gets flung out of the showgrounds. Again. The Death Cube locks onto Weapons and Toomp, and because Toomp is tired from the fight, Weapons has to get him out of there, so he does. Then Meggy realises that she was a fool for believing in Puzzles, and SMG4 tells her that she's not an idiot for believing in Puzzles, although that's debatable. Then Weapons and Toomp are on the run from the Death Cube, and a TV lands next to them which reminds them of Puzzles. Mr. Weapons gets sad for a moment before getting angry and shooting the TV. Then Puzzles crashes in an alleyway and takes the bullet. I'm pretty sure that he's out of his pocket. And then gets angry for a moment, then remembers Weapons saying he trusted him, and that they're friends. Then Puzzles remembers some moments with them, then regrets it and vows to fix it. Then the movie ends. Oh, and also what I meant to say there was bloody, I'm pretty sure it's a bullet that Puzzles took out of his pocket. So anyway, I want to talk about, there are a few things I want to say about this movie now. First of all, I see a lot of people getting confused about the ending scene with Puzzles, and I just want to make this clear. When he's saying, what have I done and I'm going to fix this, he's not talking about Meggy and the SMG4 crew. He's talking about Mr. Weapons and Toomp. And there is proof of that being the flashbacks Puzzles has of Weapons and Toomp. And also he holds the bullet Mr. Weapons gave him close to his chest. Secondly, during the fight of Mr. Puzzles versus Mr. Weapons and Toomp, some people question who's the protagonist and the antagonist of the fight. And this shouldn't even be a question since Puzzles betrayed Weapons and Toomp. It's clear Weapons is the better person in the fight. Also, one, it's in Puzzles' world, and two, in the brief lightsaber fight they had, Mr. Weapons had a blue/green lightsaber, while Mr. Puzzles had a red lightsaber. And this kind of ties into the third thing I want to discuss, that being Mr. Puzzles fans never fail to annoy me. Actually, let me rephrase that. Hardcore Mr. Puzzles fans never fail to annoy me. Now, like I've said before, if you like Mr. Puzzles, that's fine. But this topic has gotten bad to the point where I don't give a shit anymore. Because it's seriously annoying when, after everything he has done, people will still defend him and say something like, oh, he's broken. Yeah, but it's gotten to the point where Mr. Puzzles has become pure evil, because it can happen, Especially since Mr. Puzzles has been given so many chances to change, and he never takes them or tries to flip the script and make everyone think he's a great person. And the ending of this arc, where Puzzles, Weapons and Meggy are all heartbroken, was all Puzzles' fault. Because he manipulated Weapons into believing he actually cared about him, and Meggy into believing he's changed. And this whole thing of people defending Mr. Puzzles and are willing to die on that hill, I'm not the only person who has spoke about this. I've seen other people talk about it as well. It generally makes me worried for the future of the SMG4 community. I would also like to talk about the ending, or to be more specific, the part where Mr. Puzzles gets flung out of the castle. Me and a few other people absolutely hated this scene, and it's the only thing stopping me from saying this movie is a 10 out of 10. Because of that, it's a 9.5 out of 10. Honestly, this is the second time now Mr. Puzzles has been flung out of the showgrounds, with the first time obviously being Puzzle Vision, And I hate how they do this. Like, yeah, they can write Mr. Puzzles good now, but they still can't write how to get rid of him. One other thing for Wadfie this year, I'm kind of hoping Mr. Weapons and Toomp to be the main antagonists, since they haven't gotten a Wadfie yet. But that's obviously because they were both introduced this year. But at the same time, I can't see it because they don't really have a grudge against the SMG4 crew, because everything they did to them was done because Mr. Puzzles told them to. But obviously, he's not with them anymore, and you need SMG4 and especially Mario for Wadfie, or else it ain't Wadfie. So who knows, really? I mean, I hope they're in it. They probably will be, but I just don't know how yet. But anyway, that's all. A bit of a longer one, but that's because I just want to get everything out of the way. And because this arc is now over, and since the Wadfie arc doesn't start until around the end of September, I'm going to start doing my SMG4 rating series again now, like I said I would once the arc ends. But I might only upload them once every 2 weeks, just so I'm not flooding you guys with videos, and also so I don't tire myself out. And like I said previously, the order I rate them in is random, and I'm just going to say who my next one is. I'm just going to say the next one, who it's on, and that's Tari. But anyway, I don't want this to drag on any longer than it already has now, so goodbye.